go to the Dive Man stage. If I had been smart and been paying attention, I would have picked up the other adapter here, the other move thingy, whatever you want to call it. So unlike later Mega Man games, i.e. Mega Man 7, the X series, etc., the game does not give you the ability to exit a stage once you've done what you wanted to do in it. So we will not be able, we'll have to get all the way to where Dive Man's boss chamber is, if we want to retain, well, I guess I could also probably get a game over. I'm sure that'll also result in me keeping the weapon, but I kind of have a lot of lives right now and I don't want to lose them. So, yeah. Also, let's not die. You're like really close to death. Eddie, give me some life. Thanks, Eddie. You're the best. I like when Eddie gives me what I want. Sometimes, like, you're on, like, 1 health, and he's like, nah, man, here's a small weapon upgrade, or a small weapon thing, and you're like, oh, Eddie, come on, man. I need a little bit better than that. But it is random, so what are you gonna do? Little manta rays are fucking obnoxious, aren't they? Oh, that's free. I'm gonna trade 1 Mega Man life for full health, because I'm literally right back to where I was just at within right now 5 seconds or so it took me, and I traded 1 life for free full health. It's free real estate. We will have to fight Moby Dick again. Twice. But the benefit is, see this little hole right here? This is not a pit. This is actually an area you can go down. Are you supposed to know that? Because it's got different little ropey stuff on it. Yeah, as close as I am to the spikes, that's kind of where you want to be, because it lines you up more or less perfectly to get this, which is wire something or other. Unfortunately, unlike Pharaoh Man that moves me just up to the next checkpoint, this one moves me back. Because this is, I guess, the closest checkpoint between here and the boss. Mega Man. Means we do have to fight the whale again. Which is annoying. But what are you gonna do? Don't drop in the hole this time, Chris. That was inevitable. I knew I was eventually going to do that. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait for the water to go high, and then you can make the big jump. You're limited, obviously, by where the water is, so if the water is low, you're only going to go up to the top of where the water is. If the water's high, you'll jump much higher, and much farther, and much slower. Like that. I know you guys like me fighting this, whale a whole bunch, so we're just gonna do it again just for kicks and giggles. Kicks and giggles. We're almost to the end, so it doesn't matter. And Yeah, despite the fact that I've come back into Dive Man stage, Dive Man is no longer with us. He is but a pile of scrap, so his room is empty. Unlike when you play Mega Man 1 and you have to fight every time you go into Cuts Man stage or Lek Man stage, you gotta fucking fight him. This is fine, but I don't... Alright, we're gonna take on Dr. Cossack. He, as you can tell, I guess, kind of from his name, he lives in Russia. And he's got a Russian-inspired castle laboratory. I love this song though, right here. Gives you like a little bit of the, you know, the Russian opera feel to it, you know. Got that inspire. And then it goes da 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 da, which is a callback to 2, which I love. It's such a great combination of like, hey, do you remember the other Mega Man games? And hey, yeah, you're in Russia, or you're in at least Eastern Europe. This is a bit of an annoying area if they don't pop their eyeballs open. Probably a power that works against them, and I don't know what it is. Dive Man did not work. Pharaoh Man probably would work if I powered up, you know, the Pharaoh Blast and managed to hit him when his eyeballs are out. If I had like a Shadow Man power, it'd be super good. Right here, I would just aim it straight up and poke him. But they decided no. Directional blasts are too broken. You cannot have any more directional blasts after 3. Of course, I'm probably mistaken. There's probably a directional one in like 5 or 6 or 7. They don't want you to have that. Metal Man was just too good. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, little jumpy guys. Yeah, they're fucking obnoxious. They will kill you. Not the boner guys. The boner guys, they are what they are. You know, I don't think they can be killed, but the little guys that jump up from the ground. So we're gonna... Yeah, that was dumb. I'm just gonna say, we're just gonna use Flash Man power and kind of pause time so we don't have to deal with the guys jumping up from the floor. Like I said, I'm sure there's a way to beat the skull guys that appear. I just didn't bother to take time to figure it out. So instead, I'm just freezing time so I can evade going through here. I'm going right back to bright so I can fill it back up. Wow, that was close. In terms of platforming, this could be my least favorite area in all of Mega Man. Mainly because I use Rush to get through the difficult part of Heat Man stage. Not this part. Right after we go up this ladder. Yeah, but don't run out of Rush Jet, because you're gonna be fucked. So there's probably an easier way to do this. Like using Balloon or something. But I decided not to do Balloon, because I'm an idiot. What you have to do is you have to come over here, jump, like that, stay away from the teeth, and now we're going to do it a second time. Not that you have to do it once that irritates me, the fact that you have to do it twice, and the second one's a lot harder. So if you miss that ladder grab on either one of them, you will fall straight to the floor. I'm gonna go up and down the ladder here a little bit. I need to get some of my Mega Man health back because unlike when you fight Robot Masters, when we go into these Dr. Cossack stage or boss stages, they do not give me a checkpoint after going through the gate. So make sure you're ready to fight the boss, because if you're not, you're going back to the midway checkpoint. And you're gonna have to do this whole section over again. Need a big health. Because much like any first castle stage, this possibly has the most difficult boss in it. I mean, it's not the most difficult boss, obviously Wily's more difficult, but I mean in terms of like, go back to the beginning and gauntlet through this whole very difficult area, and then fight the boss. Good luck. So this is, I think, where you start to see some, well, we saw it in some of Wily's boss battles, but we're going to start to turn up the difficulty on boss battles by making a tiny red flashing button be their only weak spot. It does work on him, but it's not as effective as Ringman. Unfortunately, Ringman does not do a great job. Because for some reason, it sometimes does not register a hit. And you can see I'm on a bit of a time schedule here. We did it. Congrats. Cossack Stage 2. So one of the things about the Cossack stages is I think they get easier as you get further into his castle. Well, I mean, this is certainly not, by any stretch of the imagination, an easy stage, you know. This is definitely doable. I think it's a lot easier in terms of the boss isn't as difficult. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I think this is overall, it's a little bit of an easier platforming. Not that this section right here is all that difficult, but you do need Rush Jet to get through here. So they kind of put these dropping skull guys here in case, for some reason, you don't have any Rush Jet left. You can use it to slowly but surely refill your Rush Jet, but in terms of what's the quickest way to get all of your Rush refilled, sometimes it's just to dump yourself into spikes. I mean, I have 6 lives, so I don't want to waste my 6 lives, but sometimes the best thing you can do is just, you only got a couple lives left or no lives left, just dump yourself into a pit and all of your weapons and upgrades come back. Yeah, we're doing great. Look how great we're doing. So the spikes on the sides can hurt you if you happen to jump into them. They're not hard to jump into them either. It's actually quite easy. You don't jump high enough. You catch the edge as you're trying to get to the platform. Nice. Some pretty good luck here today. That happens sometimes. The rush coil is kind of weird in this game, because even though it's supposed to appear on the first area that Rush can land on, sometimes he doesn't do that. And I think that's because they want you to use wire in certain places. Like, I could use wire right now if I wanted to. But I'm going to try to save that because wire tends to go... Well, I may end up having to use it here if I use up all my rush coil, but you tend to go through rush... You don't tend to go through wire very quickly in this game, and I don't know why. Probably also doesn't help that they don't restock your... I keep complaining about it, but it becomes very true as you get further, provided you don't die and get to continue, you know, it just becomes, just end up going through the power so quickly. So this is me, you know, obviously none of my regular weapons need refilled at the moment. I mean, they all, if I find a small one I could refill them, but not really worth my time to not prioritize the most empty of the weapons that I have. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use drill. What we have to do to get through this wall. And then we'll get that E-tank here in a second. Even though I have max E-tanks. Even though it shows you 2 digits, you can only have a maximum of 9 E-tanks. This is a bit of a waste. This is what I was talking about in terms of, like, why doesn't he appear on the platform there? Because they insist on you using either balloon or wire. And I'm not sure wire works here, but balloon definitely does. That's how you get an E-tank. But you have to have balloon. If you didn't bother to get balloon in Pharaoh Man stage, good luck. Yeah, this is definitely a place that you can efficiently, I guess the word I should use, wire. Free. Now I have 7 lives and 9 E-tanks. We're getting pretty right now. Welcome back, everybody, to Mega Man 4. We're gonna take on the next Dr. Cossack enemy. This one's not super difficult, though we may have to use an E-tank because damage. Basically, what we want to do is take dust, man's power, and hit the red eyeball clitoris thing. But yeah, don't get smushed there. Okay, you can get smushed. Alright, we're gonna do it. Well, probably not next turn. I have 9 E-tanks, so what am I gonna do with them, you know? That's probably not the... Oh, excuse me, not the best time to use an E-tank, though. Should have taken at least 1 more damage before using it. That's alright, we'll just make do. Because I'd probably have died right there, because I'd be in the middle of battle trying to kill the stupid thing and probably take the last bit of damage. So you can see the boss goes fast if it chooses to do the fast mode at all, and then it goes medium and then slow, making it easier to get in here. And that's how you beat the second boss. Congrats! Alright, we're gonna move on to Boss Act 3. I can't remember who the boss is in here. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know what it is now. Never mind. I'm gonna have to refill my ring power if I wanna beat it though. I don't know if there's ever been a scrolling stage in a Mega Man game up to this point. I don't remember there being one. There's definitely not one in 1 or 2. 3 I don't think had one either. Okay, ring's full. We're good. I was gonna say, if ring's not full, I need to start filling it. We're good. Congratulations. You've reached the big time. So now is the time to experiment. If you haven't learned that these guys are weak to Ringman, this would be the time to experiment with that. However, I do know that they are bad against Ringman, so they may be bad against other stuff as well, but what are you gonna do? It doesn't take a lot of weapon health off, you know, ammo, whatever you... Oh, here's a new mechanic you didn't probably realize existed. The things go up, not down. Grab some balloon, even though I should have probably filled up ring first. That's alright. Comes and goes. I'm not gonna dive into the pit and lose a life just so I can refill my health. We do need to get through here though, otherwise I will get mushed. I knew there was a way to do that. I just kind of struggled with that for a bit, but we're good now. Go fight a boss.